What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam. I am here with another video. We are here with the Go Home Show to NXT Takeover Supremacy Thunder Edition. Inferno was really good, and I'm hoping that Thunder can even be better. And we kick off the show. We're not going with no long-winded promos. We are here with the action as Goldberg comes out with his entrance, with the security guards, everything, the sparklers. Goldberg is being chanted by the crowd as this may be his last hurrah. Killer Cross comes out, and surprisingly with no music, he just comes down in his wrestling trunks and tape around his arms. This will be a good old-fashioned horse fight between both men. And as we said in an interview, Killer Cross said that he doesn't want all the smoke, all the all the glitz, the glamour, all the smoke, the pyro. He said that's not him. All he wants is just to inflict pain. And it seems as he's staying true to his word, and the match gets a 57. Okay. Can't be mad at that because, knowing Goldberg. But in an extremely short match, Killer Cross defeated Goldberg in 5:21 by submission with the cross jacket. Killer Cross 76, Goldberg 80, and the match up because there was no selling and it lacked from psychology. So Goldberg can barely have a 5-minute match. So yeah, he's on his last rope. But all this feud was to put over how strong of a monster Killer Cross is, because I don't know if anyone else submitted Goldberg, but Killer Cross submitted Goldberg here tonight. And Killer Cross is already a star, but he's emerging into more of a mega star and becoming more of a serious threat here on the Thunder brand. Who will stop Killer Cross? And just forget that Scarlett did some good work at ringside, but they kind of been separated ever since Legacy. A good match here tonight, 90. So Bianca Belair comes out to talk about Scarlett, but Mayu Iwatani comes out. The crowd erupts. This is the first time both women have been in the ring at the same time. Mayu says she's looking forward towards Sunday, and she wants the best from Bianca. Bianca says she has this title around her waist, not from half doing the work. Bianca says that she's the best whenever and wherever she steps into the building. Bianca holds up her women's IC title, and Maya holds up the NXT Women's Championship. So a good old-fashioned face-to-face between some good baby faces and two of our top women in the company. That should be a great match. I'm thinking, well, no spoilers, but it's either going to be Mayu and Bianca in the main event, or the winner of Johnny and Chad Gable versus Yori Katsumatsu in the main event. Still haven't made up my mind on what, but kind of leaning towards the women, not gonna lie. But a good old-fashioned face-to-face between both women, that should be good. In a decent match, Bronson Reed and the Big Show defeated Jeet Ramen and Shane Thorne in 7:07 when Bronson Reed pinned Shane Thorne with a death drop driver. Bronson Reed 68, and he outscored the Big Show, who didn't do bad himself, 66. Jeet Rama 50 and Shane Thorne 43. 71. Bronson Reed and Big Show pick up the win here tonight. Reed is looking like an ascending superstar, and Big Show looks good for a guy his age. 71. So Kaylee Ray's backstage with Candice LeRae and Camille. Tony walks up to them, and Tony says that they took the fight to Inferno on their turf, and she has nothing but respect for that. Tony says that she knows who attacked her, and she immediately gets in the face of Kaylee Ray. Tony says, "It's not you, and I want to be on the team." Kaylee Ray is hesitant, but she accepts. Deanna walks in. Deanna says she doesn't like what they did, but she wants to fight for this brand. She may not like Kaylee Ray, but she's one brave cookie. Deanna says she's in as well. Kaylee Ray says, "Okay then, let's take the fight to Inferno on Sunday." 57. In a decent match, Dexter Lumis defeated someone who's in developmental, Richard Holiday, in 9:58 by pinfall of the Shawshank. Dexter Lumis 55, Richard Holiday 51. So Richard Holiday is in my developmental system, and he's on a handshake deal. I think, isn't he in MLW? Sound out down below if he's in MLW. But Dexter Lumis gets a win here tonight over Richard Holiday. 81. So Damian Priest comes up to Dexter Lumis. Damian asks Lumis if he wants to be in the final spot on Team Thunder. Dexter, he doesn't really say much, so he just nods creepily. Tommaso Ciampa comes out, and Ciampa says he doesn't like any of the guys that's on his team, but he hates those guys on Inferno even more. Ciampa says he'll put his differences aside for supremacy, and supremacy only. But out of nowhere, Pete Dunne comes from out of nowhere and gives Ciampa a bitter end on the ramp. Swerve comes out to help, but Dunne escapes through the crowd. Dunne thought he got one up on Ciampa, so he celebrates. But from out of nowhere, he eats a black mass from Aleister Black. So it looks like Dexter Lumis is the final man for Thunder, and Pete Dunne got some revenge on Ciampa, but he did get laid out by Black. So you know, you got to take the good with the bad. So he got what he wanted, but he took some more as well. 81. So Keith Lee comes out and tells. Tyler Breeze comes on and tells Keith that he's going to embarrass him at TakeOver. He's going to show the world that this isn't the Limitless era, but the era of Prince Pretty. Keith Lee comes out and Tyler's annoyed that Keith Lee is interrupting him. And Keith is being cheered on by the crowd, and he plays up to it like a conductor orchestrating an opera. Tyler tries to get Keith's attention, but Keith ignores him, similar to how Tyler Breeze was ignoring Keith Lee last week. Tyler goes for a beauty shot, but ends up getting hit with a spirit bomb for his troubles. Keith Lee goes back to playing up to the crowd and leaves. So Keith Lee, he made a statement. He finally got the attention of Tyler Breeze and gave him a little bit of his medicine too. So it's going to be an interesting match. Who will win, Keith Lee or Prince Pretty himself, Tyler Breeze? 86, my gosh. So Olivia Gomez was seen walking earlier today in the arena with her shades on. She accompanied Bandito. Her and Bandito walk into Trish's room and sign the contract. So it's official that we'll get Bandito and Dragon Lee. Lee appears on the screen in Trish's office virtually. Trish says it's been made official. Both Bandito and Lee are happy about this. 65, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Dakota Kai, who gained about 6 or 7 points from beating Charlotte, defeated Jungle Kiona. Jungle Kiona has been struggling for momentum ever since she lost to Candice LeRae. And 12 by pinfall, the top rope splash. 64 for Dakota, 59 for Jungle Kiona. And a pretty good match here. 56. So Kamiko Asahara again appears in the ring with Jungle Kiona. Kamiko writes a marking on the wrist of Kiona and leaves. What does this mean? Why is an Inferno superstar and Kamiko interested in a Thunder superstar and Jungle Kiona? This is the second time where Kamiko has appeared to Jungle Kiona, and this time she writes a marking on her wrist. 68. Oh man, why was this so bad? 5 minutes. But okay, so Dakota Kai stands in the ring with Raquel, and Dakota says that 2 weeks ago, she picked up the most important win of her life against Charlotte Flair. Dakota tears up and says she couldn't have done it without the fan support over the years. Good, bad, or indifferent, heel or babyface, they still respected and cheered her on. Raquel comforts her, and Dakota says it was going great until Ronda Rousey took my spotlight. Ronda comes out with a box of tissues, fake crying over Dakota's emotional moment, and Rousey says Dakota still the same little girl that was afraid of Shayna Baszler. She beat Charlotte, which was impressive, but Rousey says Dakota can't beat her. And Dakota gets a little personal here and says, oh, is someone still hurt that Holly and Amanda sent her to a scripted wrestling show? It's kind of breaking the fourth wall right there. And Ronda did lose to Holly Holmes and Amanda Nunes. And Ronda is mad at this point because she doesn't like anyone saying this to her. She heads toward Dakota, but Raquel gets in her way. That's the rating I want. So Charlotte comes on and says, ladies, let's not be hostile. Charlotte gets in the ring, and she says Dakota was the better woman 2 weeks ago. And that was just 2 weeks ago. She knows she can beat her with one more match. And Ronda tells Charlotte to get to the back of the line. And Charlotte then has an argument with Rousey. Charlotte accuses Ronda of always following her whenever she goes. She followed her in WWE and now here in NXT. And Ronda tells Charlotte that she's just an overhyped wrestler and is only here because her daddy was a legend. Charlotte cracks a smile and tells Ronda, how about they settle it right now? And Dakota Raquel says, hey, we have no dog in this fight. And tell Ronda and Charlotte that they know that if they have a problem, they know where to find them if there's an issue. It's a little bit interesting situation. We have a little I don't know what's going here, but it's like the storyline says, it's a combustible situation. I mean, Dakota and Charlotte looks like it's not resolved yet, even though they're fought in steel cage. We have Dakota and Ronda getting into it, also Charlotte and Ronda getting into it, and then a little bit of Ronda Raquel. So it's all over the place right now, and I'm loving it. 72 and above that had great heat and good wrestling. Cash Wheeler defeated Trent Seven in 12-16 by pinfall with the Yakuza kick. Cash Wheeler 73, Trent Seven 61, 76. So Zach steals the titles from the timekeeper. Steal Cash's title, Cash's tag title from the timekeepers area, and Cash and Dax are living. And Cash tells him to hand it over and quit this childish BS. And Zach, the babyface probably just take the title and just keep it. But Zach hands the belt over to Cash, and Zach then tells both of them to turn around. And from out of nowhere, they're hit with missile drop kicks from Desmond Xavier. Zach hits Cash with a 450 splash, and Desmond hits Dax with a spiral tap. MSK hold the titles in the air, and could they be the new champions? Not new, but the new champions come Sunday. 66. Allison Kay jumps the barricade and tells Thunder Rosa if she wants a fight, she's here for one. Rosa comes down the rampway and goes after Kay. Rosa jumps on Kay and starts to lay in thick shots, some stiff shots as well. Rosa grabs a mic and smashes it over the head of Allison Kay, making her bleed. Because Kay did the same thing to Thunder Rosa several weeks ago, officials and road agents break both women apart, break both women up. So this feud is not over. Thunder Rosa made Allison Kay bleed because Allison Kay made Thunder Rosa bleed, and it looks like these women have a bitter feud going on right now, and there's only one way to stop that, and that's in a match. What type of match? I don't know, but it doesn't look like one-on-one is going to handle these women. 67 and above that had good heat and decent wrestling. Balor Club 2 defeated Guitar Heroes in 13:55 when Roderick Strong submitted Rick Boogs with a stronghold. Rick Boogs was the weak link. Even though I'm still pushing him, he still, got to get there. Once I think he hits that 40 mark, it will be better. It's hard when I realize that it's harder to get people from who's in that yellow from like 20s to that 39 area. But once they hit that 40, their popularity keeps going up consistently. So I think once I get Rick to that 40 mark, I think he'll be better off for it. But Kyle O'Reilly 73, Roderick 75, Rick 38. Rick was really off his game, and Anthony Green 51. 80. So Kyle and Roddy pick up the win here tonight. Finn and Bobby stand in the ring with Balor Club, but not out of nowhere, but Ilya Dragunov, Marcel Barthel, and Alexander Wolf and Tyler Bate come down the ring to face off with Balor Club. Both factions stand in the ring face to face, and the crowd is going crazy. But kind of like the Wyatt family and the Shield, they don't lay hands on each other. Balor throws up the guns, while Ilya stands there in an Imperium-like pose. So both factions have been going at it, but been throwing shots at each other for the last 2 weeks, and finally they come face to face on the Go Home show. 55. So Juice says he came to NXT because he has unfinished business here. Those in power thought he was some jobber who was worth nothing, and the only memorable thing he did was bust the nose of Kevin Owens. Juice says he's better than ever, and he's already reinvented himself. Juice says he came to prove this company. Juice says he came to prove that this company missed out on him, and he came to win the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Juice then winks at the camera and leaves. So Juice Robinson came here because he wants to prove those in power, those in NXT, that they missed out on him. That Juice, he reinvented himself, and he's better than anyone thought he would ever be. And he wants to prove to them that they missed out on him. And he also says he doesn't, not only is here for that, but he came to win some gold because he didn't win gold in NXT the first go around, but he wants to win it the second time. 65, in a decent match, Eddie Edwards defeated Casey Navarro in 8:33 by submission with the Achilles lock. Eddie Edwards 69, Casey Navarro 49. And Casey Navarro is also in developmental along with Richard Holiday. 68. So Eddie Edwards tells both Brian and Ricky to come out here because they messed with the two wrong dudes. Ricky and Brian come out. Ricky says, you know, even though you're ready for a fight, I'm not really dressed for one, and Cage isn't either. Cage and Ricky turn around only to see David Richards standing there with a steel chair, and David starts to unload chair shots to the back of Ricky Starks. Eddie and Brian Cage brawl. Cage overpowers Eddie because he's the bigger man and sets him up for a drill claw, but David throws Eddie a kendo stick, and Eddie then hits Cage in the family jewels with the kendo stick. That's one way to bring the big guy down, and Hunters get the one-up here tonight. So the Hunters get some revenge here on Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. I was about to call him Ricky Cage. I don't know why. But been a pretty good show so far. I think the main event is up next, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm hoping I get a 75 on that. 72. And about that had great heat and good wrestling. Chad Gable defeated Johnny Gargano in 22:03 by pinfall at the Grand Amplitude. Chad Gable makes defense number 3 of the NXT Heavyweight Championship title. So pretty good. Chad Gable 70, Johnny Gargano 68. When both men are still in that high green. They're about to high. They're not high, not in the dark green, but that high. Trying to find it. The high light green. The high. But they have 69. They have 69 and 68 popularity, and dark green starts at 70. Chad has a little bit of it, and Johnny is literally at 69 popularity. And I hope this match can bring them to the green. And once they get to the green, I think there'll be lethal threats in this division. And I'm pretty sure they'll be delivering some great ratings. I don't know why I couldn't speak there, but I'm pretty sure they'll be delivering some great ratings once they hit that 70 mark. And they're already doing amazing ratings right now. This is our main event ratings, like Adam Cole or Hiromu Takahashi had 83. But I'm just saying, these are still some really good ratings. 81. Chad defeats Johnny Gargano in an instant classic. Johnny holds up Chad's arm, acknowledging that Chad was the better man. Chad celebrates this important win with the crowd, and we now know that it will be him versus Yori Katsumatsu at TakeOver, and we end the show there, and we get an 81, better than last night's, which was an 80. So I'm pretty sure that was the main event better? No, I think the main event was, I don't even remember. But tell me what you thought down below. These recordings are starting to run into each other, but tell me what you thought down below. Pretty good go-home show. Chad defeated Johnny. Balor Club and Zeke Bar faced off. MSK got one up on FTR. Kamiko is still acting strange with Jungle Kiona. Tyler Breeze got annoyed by Keith Lee. Dexter Lumis is the final member of Team Thunder. Bronson Reed and Big Show got a win, and Killer Cross defeated Goldberg. So tell me what you thought down below, and we are here with NXT TakeOver Supremacy in our next video. So stay tuned for that. I will see you in the next one. Peace.